morning. Welcome back to DeLorean Nation. We're here at the Midwest shop, and today I'm going to do a shop walk for you and just let you know what's been going on here at the shop this week. So this is Friday, first Friday in February. I'll give you a quick pan of the showroom if you can. This showroom currently has 1,828 miles combined between these three cars. So this one's moving here. This is VIN 663. 1,623 mile car, one of the MSO twins we have talked about a few times. Breaks my heart this car is leaving tomorrow. It's going to my buddy Mo in California. The car came to us from California. It is returning to California, and it is leaving its sibling 664, which is right here, for the first time. These cars have been together for over 40 years, and I kind of hate to sell it, but it's getting a new life and a new story. And, you know, this one leaving makes room for another one that hopefully we can share with you guys. But, yeah, definitely tough to see that one go. It's a bit of a heartbreak. But we'll pan out into the shop here, guys, and I have several projects we're going to let you know about here. So here to my left, we have Tanner's car. This is one of the two that we picked up barn finds from the St. Louis area. You'll see it's got a different set of wheels on it. So these are kind of love them or hate them. I kind of like them. We see so many with stock wheels. It's nice to see something different. These are just on temporary rollers. A story we didn't tell about this car was it had a left rear that was completely blown out on the car. And we actually took a set of these black wheels in, so we knew this ahead of time so we could swap it out. Unfortunately, I did not know that this has a different set of spline lugs that takes a very thin socket to put these on. So we weren't able to use the wheel, and you'll notice in that video we had to improvise and put a spare tire on it, a small donut spare, just so we can get it on the trailer, and we got it home that way instead. It didn't work out, but we had to just kind of figure out a way to get through it. So that's what we did. So Tanner's car, we've gone through and got it running. So we're making progress on this. It's now a running car, running smooth, and we got some brakes and possibly transmission work and a few other things we're going to do on this thing before it gets delivered, but this thing will soon have a new home in Southern Illinois, and Tanner is excited to see that one. So a quick story on this one, what we've been doing. This is Brian's car. A lot of people know Brian. You can pan over here and show him the side stripe. We replaced the side stripe. Anytime you do a side stripe, it's really important. We had to move a lot of the rub strips because these did not line up with the door anymore. They were quite a bit off here. So in order to get the rub strips corrected, and then the side stripe goes on. I'll take you inside here on Brian's car. We're kind of in process on this, but we are dropped the rear deck lid, and he wants to put some sound deadening back there. So we're going to pull out some of the original and replace some of the sound deadening. He wants this to be quieter because show you what's going on in the back here. Stage 2 engine and different exhaust that adds quite a bit of noise, and he's trying to isolate some of that noise from the cabin. So upon his request, this isn't a normal operation here, but Brian wanted us to do what we can to make it quieter, so that's what we plan to do here. So I'll move on to this next car here. This one came in for an inspection. This car was bought at a dealer in California, and it is kind of doing an inspection on it. The car came in running, but barely. I'd say it had like it was like ran enough to get around the parking lot, but not enough to drive. So upon inspection, we're checking out the roof box, and we find this.
I slid it back in there so you can pull it out.
Jason slid this back in for me. But you can see there was this strip of rubber that's been completely caulked in. And Jay, you got a light with you? And unfortunately, I'm going to have some terrible news to report on this inspection, because if you look close in here, this is just gone. I mean, people talk about rusty roof boxes, and this is really what you're worried about. I mean, there's just nothing. It's all, my finger can go straight through there. This is the type of car you open both doors, you can see through underneath the torsion bar. And it is just, I'm going to pull this all the way out for you. You can see front to back, there's just no roof cage there. Surprisingly, these doors actually seem to work, but obviously this is going to be something that needs to be addressed on this car. And I'm going to take it up and show you one other thing that we found on this that's a bit of a heartbreak. So this engine under here has quite a few leaks. It looks like it's been resealed in the past, and a lot of that just didn't take. Coming around to this side, you can see the oil residue down here. It's a lot of these gaskets were resealed and they're leaking. But what's a real kind of surprise, and we're not sure, if you come in here, there is a exhaust manifold stud that has an active leak in it. So I've never seen that failure before. I suspect this stud was drilled out at some point and drilled too deep into an oil passage. So we're just going to kind of have to figure that one out, pull that stud off, probably pull the manifold off and see what's going on. You can also see this valve cover up top. There's just oil kind of, it's leaking from like all orifices. So this is going to be an unfortunate phone call. I got a report to the owner what we're seeing here, and this one's got between the roof box and the engine reseal, that's a lot of unexpected work we were hoping not to have. So next we have on the right here, this is Matt's car. Matt is actually a surgeon and brought the car in for a bunch of custom work. It's the second time it's in. He wanted us to do a bunch of lighting. I'll bring you in and show you here. This car has, he had some custom switches made that we've mounted here per his request. It has undercar lighting, it has stereo lighting, and then cabin lighting are those three switches. And then we wired these two in. One is fog lights, and the other is halos around the headlights. You'll see here too, he also wanted us to mount these, different, since he has a stereo that comes out and blocks the airflow, he wanted the vents changed out to come into the knee pads, so we're adding that. If you pan back here, I believe we did this on the last visit, but there's an amp and speakers mounted like he requested. Okay, going on to this last plate here, this is one Victor's been working on. This got a full hose kit, radiator, and then he has removed the exhaust, and we're doing exhaust gaskets. So you can see manifolds have been removed, both sides, mufflers off. He's putting new studs in the process of changing out the rest of the studs. And then there's one back here I want to let you guys know of. You'll see these are a couple extra cylinders on those heads. Come back through here. And we had, this car just arrived today from Oregon. It was here this morning waiting for us. The car was supposed to be here midweek and got caught up in a snowstorm in Montana. And come back here, show you what's going on with this one. So this PRV is not long for this world. So this is coming out of the car along with a bunch of other work, but I'll have Justin just do a quick pan over here. You can see we've got a couple of LS motors, and this one is going to be swapped with an LS motor. So just, that's the update for this week of what's going on in the shop. We got all kinds of stuff happening, from cars getting sold to regular maintenance to roof box issues to LS swaps, and just a week in the life of DeLorean Midwest. So just wanted to give you guys a quick tour and show you what's happening here. There's always stuff going on, and it's always crazy, and we're happy that our staff is here to serve you guys in whichever way you need us. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time.